and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize for the extended break, but I hope you all enjoyed the brutal OC nonetheless. And we are back. We are here. We have returned with the lower bracket finals. 2 series left. We have low bracket finals, and of course we have the grand finals thereafter. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our yellow Zerga player. He's been waiting patiently for his next opponent. He's here, he's ready. It is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss himself representing a Team Little Fairy. It is Shameless. Let's go. Let us go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. Gamba time. It is time to predict on who you think will claim the series. Will it go the way of Wayne? Will it go the way of Shameless? Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat as you get your Gamba going. Now, this is a rematch. If you recall, we did have our players that face off earlier in the upper brackets. Now they're facing off again in the lower bracket instead. And in that previous series, Wayne was hyper aggressive. We saw Wayne go for a 3-base all-in game 1, going for a Ling Hydra, and in game 2, he went for a 12 pull. He went for a 12 pull on torches with a proxy, with a hatch block across the map, and he was able to overwhelm Shameless. So again, did rush the hell out of him. That's what we expect to see here as well. We saw that GG Machine was taking a bit of a more safer and slower approach. I mean, game 2 did all in, going for a German taxi. But game 1 did play straight up, did play macro. I do expect to see more aggression out of Wayne. That is where Wayne thrives, is with more aggressive builds. We'll see if Shameless can survive said aggression, can weather the storm, and get into the mid game, get into Sky Tossy towards the end. We'll see if he can. We'll see if he can. So far, standard openers. So far, this time there's no crazy hatch block. I mean, there is a pylon block here, forcing the unnatural natural. So a bit of a more uncomfortable start here out of Wayne, but outside of that, we are going to be settling in. Yes, I saw in the YouTube chat as well, someone asking, yo, it's 4 AM in Australia. You're crazy, baby. Yeah, that's how we do it. I mean, hey, we were casting at this hour for EWC as well, right? For the Esports World Cup. We can handle ourselves. It's all good. It's all good. All for StarCraft. Who needs sleep? Who needs it? Oh, I would like some later, I'll be honest. Yo, after the cast, I'm going pass the hell out, straight to bed. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. Until then, though, hatch gas pull, third base being taken. We do pull out of gas, so we're not rushing into a fast lair or anything crazy like that. Looks like a standard setup here out of Wayne. Meanwhile, from the side of Shameless, Stargate opener out of our Protoss. It's quite rare to see Shameless go for a Twilight Council into Glaive, so we do expect to see standard openers out of our Protoss player. Again, we're mainly looking at Wayne. Now, welcome to Ultra Love. For the first time, actually. For the first time tonight in this broadcast, welcome to Ultra Love. Ultra Love is one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Ultra Love is known for all-ins, actually. We see a lot of German taxis. We see a lot of just queen walks across the map. The rush distance by ground from third base to third base is very short, so you can just walk the queens across instead. So we do see often some shorter games on Ultra Love. Not saying that's what will happen, but it's happened before. It could happen again. It's a high chance, high probability here of an all-in instead. Lings are in position to delay the third. So far, Shameless, he does hold his own. So there we go. There's the expansion. Wayne is here to try to delay. Gets a little damage. Can he force the cancel? Oh, nice double stepping, but alas, will not get the cancellation. Or who gets across the map? Gets one drone so far. Gets a drone, gets some lava as well. Does cancel another worker. Not bad. Oh, right. Before I get ahead of myself, as we get into the game itself, a big shout out in the chat. Thank you so much to Acer313 for the 300 bits in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the bits. We do appreciate the supports. Always, Pappy, always. Thank you so much. As we have a Twilight Council follow-up. Hold up. Do we go for a Forge? Do we not? Do we go into Glaives? I didn't see a Forge yet, so this could be early Glaives. This could be early Blink. Our eyes are going to be on Shameless. For now, Wayne has just been droning at F-Stage 2, threaten the shade. Threaten the shade, babe. They're in the shade. Oh. So far, though, Wayne is keeping up. We have +1 melee on the way from Wayne, so Wayne, he is going to be skipping his Roach Warren. Meanwhile, okay, Blink. Blink is on the way. Late forge out of Shameless, I will say that. So late upgrades from our Protoss player. This tells me that Blink is going to be done sooner, which means Blink will be done in time to defend against an all-in, but the upgrades are going to be delayed, so it means that if we get into a longer game, into the mid-game, then that is where Shameless will fall behind. So late upgrades for Shameless, but early Blink just to be safe. And to be a bit more assertive, I would imagine. As links poke in, a big shout out in the chat. Thank you so much to an anonymous donation, actually. $15. God, papi. 3 USD for every hour of sleep you manage, papi. Oh, thank you. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Gracias, papi. Gracias. As Shameless, he does move out. There's a good revelation here on the creep. Remember, Shameless, he will have early Blink. Blink is almost done. +1 just now beginning. You know, Wayne comes in from behind. Blink is not yet done, which means he can surround some of these adepts. Sorry, some of these stalkers even. Nice stasis. Stasis goes off. Brutal connection. One stalker goes down, but Shameless, he's holding. He's holding on. He's holding his own, throwing down more stasis traps. We still have Massling on the way for Wayne. Wayne, he does finish up, I believe, a Roach Horn. Yep, Roach Horn in the main. Roach Horn is complete. Things they pull away. Once again, we do see a Wayne sneaking on past the army. Does go for the shield batteries. Likewise, oh, trying to bait out the stasis. Unable to. Does even force the recall. Okay. Does force the recall. 2 probes going to be going down. The shield battery did fall. Now the stasis goes off. But Wayne, he forces Shameless back. And Wayne, he has been droning. Catching out more probes. Does pull away. And I'm surprised, but he is saturating. Like, he's saturating his base, is getting up to 69, getting up to 74 probes. He is not going into Ling Hydra, he's going into Ling Roach. +2 melees on the way. Roaches and soon-to-be Ravagers are going to be massing as well. And this is where Shameless is in a little bit more trouble here. As I mentioned before, like, his upgrades are later than they should be, so not going to be in the most ideal position coming into a longer game. Now taking him into Storm and Charge. Has now begun. With the Oracles, they do take down a Mineral Line. 4 drones going down. Denied mining time as well. Nice damage from Shameless. Station Trap going up. But Wayne is committing in. He wants that probe damage, but he will not get it. And Wayne overextends. Shameless so far is holding. He is holding on. He's defending well. Wayne, he's not stopping with Ling and Roach production. And he will break down that front door. Yeah, there we go. He does bust through. He busts through Lings and Roaches into the main. At the same time, Roach is running into the Stalkers. Not the best trades here from Wayne, but trading nonetheless. Does get into the main. Now into the natural as well. Ooh, it's going to be a one-way trip. It's going to be one way. Does get the cannon. Storm's going up, and Wayne, he will lose everything here. He will lose everything eventually. Is it worth it? So far, 12 probe kills, catching out some of the Stalkers. And going for that Templar as well. He wants it. Up, up. Oh my god, barely not. High Templar barely survive. Did I speak too soon? Gets one. Gets both. Gets both High Templar towards the end. Brutal losses there for Shameless. Losing 17 workers, losing both High Templar. Behind this Wayne, he's not stopping. Let's hit the 4th. Still flooding across the map. The wall is open. Oh my god. It's close. Wall does close up in time. I think they head towards the 3rd. Going for the cannon, going for the shield battery. Catching out the Immortal. Very nice catch. Immortal goes down. Wayne, throughout all this, he has somewhat been taking up. I say somewhat, he does have the Hive on the way. I believe there's no Hydrogen. He does have some melee upgrades. Are we going into Ultra Tech? Yeah, there it is. Into Ultras. So Ling Roach into Ultra, it is viable, but it is quite expensive. It's not the most common transition, but it is seen. Now, I will say that it should be fine here. It should be fine, Ling into Ultra. The reason for this, do you see any Immortals? Do you see any Immortals here? There are 0 Immortals. We have attempted Sky Toss, but the reality is Ultras will hit first. Ultras, they will hit before Sky Toss. And without Immortals or Archons to defend, Ultras will have their way with this army. So currently, Shameless is not quite ready. He's not expecting Ultras. He hasn't scouted either. So Shameless playing blind. Let's play blind. There we go. Now he's refining his army. Now we have 1 Archon on the way. We have 1 Immortal on the way as well. Prism headed towards the main. And the Scorpion will see what's happening for the first time. As I'll say, do scout of the Hive. They also scout the Ultra Cavern as well. So we need a second Robo. We need more Immortals. We need that Sky Toss. Nice Storm. Nice Storm with the Zerglings. Okay. Wayne is still trying to be more active, working towards Infestors. Neural's on the way. Prism gets turned back. Send away. Oh. Prism will be able to warp in. Yeah, it does orbit across the map. Not bad. At the same time, Ultras have arrived, but this is pre-Kindness. Oh, no, the Kindness fighting is done. 1 Ultra goes down. And Wayne, I don't think he can quite break through. Like, this is taking too long. It's taking too long to really get into this. Roaches are cleaned up. Tempest have arrived. Wayne, can he get the expansion? It's going to be close, but I don't think, yeah, he cannot. He cannot. No shot. And Wayne, he will lose everything. He will lose all of his Roaches on the left-hand side. Leading out Ultras as well. Would you see Ling Ultra to rebuild and to remax? But pure Ling Ultra Infestor, we'll see. The Neural's going to be the best answer here to the Sky Toss. To Neural the Tempest and Neural the Mothership. Jesus, oh my god, the storms are popping up. Wayne trying to push into the mineral line. This time looks like he will not get the expansion. Cloak gets activated. Oof. Ultras, they get targeted down. Decent fungal. Neural as well. Okay. Neural and the Immortal. But, oh my god. The Ultras are holding their own. Having forced back. Again, still quite close. Shameless, the supply isn't quite there, but he does have the quality when it comes to the army. He's got a handful of Immortals, he has Storm, he has some Sky Toss. Wayne hasn't been able to deal critical damage yet. Almost though. He just cannot find a way in. Just keeps trying to go for these run-bys. Right now, more cannons, more shield batteries. He's been stuck at him defending this entire time, Shameless, I mean, and so far he has weathered the storm. The other scary thing that's been happening, look at the Tempest count. Over to, oh my god, the storms, Jesus. The storms are crazy. And Wayne is throwing everything away. He's throwing everything away here. He took some massive storms to the face. The Ultras went down as well. I was about to say that was the answer to the Sky Toss. Now we finally get the Spire, but this is such a late Spire here for Wayne. How many Tempests? 7. 7 Tempests here for Shameless. There's no answer to this army from Wayne. He was meant to have killed Shameless by now with those Ultra run-bys, but he's barely done any damage. The ultras have not been worth it. They've been expensive. They've been a massive resource sink. Not worth it. And Wayne, I mean, he is in a way. Jesus, that's a lot of ultras. Okay, look, first you don't succeed, just make more ultras. Oh god, the ultras, they just melt. Jesus. Feedbacks on the infestors. Neural's running out. The army kites back well. And we're down to what, 4 ultras. Down to 2. And soon to be down to 0. At the same time though, Lings, they did get into the mineral lines. 24 pros went down. There was some economic damage there. And Wayne, he does have the better bank, right? He does have better saturation. He has 81 drones. He has resources to work with. So he can remax. He's remaxing on Corruptor. He's going to be 0-0 Corruptors. 0 upgrades for them. Oh boy. Wayne Lake, I mean, kind of. Like, the game is getting late, but are we in the late game? We're getting there. Like, the army is still lacking is the problem. Like, the ultras are well upgraded, right? They're right to have 3-3, but these are 0-1 Corruptors. Against the 3-0, the 2-0 Scratchless army. Airwaves level 2 is just completed. Shout out to Acer313 once again. Gab, thank you so much for the bits. No rest for the casters. We keep donating their nights for the stream. So the stream doesn't finish. Never, never. Oh, but Shameless is moving out. He's maxed. Shameless is maxed. Here come the Neurals. Oh, not quite. There we go. Neural on the Archon. That one Archon doing what it can. But the Neural runs out. And Shameless is snowballing out of control. He's snowballing out of control. The Death Ball has arrived. And again, like Wayne, he never quite got into the late game, or he never quite got into an effective army against this. Wayne, he was so had a big set of just going for non-stop run-bys and counterattacks, but it was just not worth it. It was never worth it. The Ultras, they never paid for themselves. Oh god. And Wayne just getting bullied back. Shameless, he's here to take a lead. He's here to make it to the finals. Let's go. Takes down the Ultra. Do we get to we get some assimilations? We get some neurals? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. We just leave the Archon alone. Let him do its thing. It's fine. And with that, Wayne, he's going for the base trade, but this is a late decision out of Wayne. He's just now going for the base trade. Army recalls back home. He's content to defend. Now, Vegeta does have a high base count, true. But yeah, glad we didn't have to cope too much after that. But GG gets called. He's got some bases. He can maybe, you know, spend some money. But GG gets called. And with that, Shameless takes game number 1. Again, Wayne, he was very aggressive with his army, with his initial Ling Roach and then Ling Roach Ultra. The goal there was to try to pull apart his opponent, to overwhelm the bases, and to just tear apart the defending player. But Shameless, he did a great job keeping up. Did a great job keeping up with the rotations, with the army, with the composition, and just completely shut it down. GG. GG, well played. With that, Shameless, who will take a lead in the series. Now we're getting into game number 2. Wayne's late game starts after 4 bases. Let's go. I mean, he had a solid drone count. Like, he had 81 drones. Like, he had a solid economy. It's unfortunately he was, again, very much so fixated on killing his opponent, on breaking those bases. And with that, GG, Shameless showcasing his prowess at defense. And now we're getting into game 2. Shameless takes a lead, and we'll see if he can extend that lead. Let's go. And spawning in the top right-hand corner here of Tokamak, we have the yellow Zerg player. We have the Zerg coming from the upper brackets. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if we can make a series out of this. It is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have Zabana. We have the blue Protoss player representing Team Little Fairy, leading the series 1-0. It is Shameless. Now again, that was merely only game one, but hello, Monsieur Drone. As Wayne moves out with his initial worker, looking to go for another hatch block. But as a reminder, this is a best of 5s. This is a best of 5, not a best of 3, so we still have plenty more games ahead of us, plenty more games to come. As Wayne should be opening up with that hatchery block. Likewise, is aware of the pylon location, of course. Boys are being pulled. This phase should not finish. Just as a reminder, this is designed to delay the economy. Shameless should be making a zealot, does pull a couple of boys that focuses down, will eventually force a cancel, and then he can expand. You know, Wayne going for a faster gas. So gas pull into a delayed expansion. Because of the probe. Yeah, the probe is in position. This will be delayed. So just stretching. Just stretching. From here, again, the hatchery is being focused down and should be cancelled. We do see Wayne force take the unnatural natural. Ooh, so rough positioning for Wayne. But remember, he went for the earlier gas, and he's staying in gas. Okay, he's staying in. That is not normal. Normally, you just get into link speed, then you pull out. Now, with extra gases, we could go for a Baneley Nest, and we could try to go for a Bane Bust, or we could go for a fast lair. Could go for a fast lair into a Nidus based all in. We go fast lair into potentially Mutaplay, but that'd be crazy. Or we can go for a fast Roach Warren. Fast Roach Warren instead. We'll keep an eye on Wayne as he has the gas. Oh, there it is, Bane Bust. Let's go. I was curious. I was waiting for the lair, but no, it's going to be a Bane Bust instead. And again, he stays in gas. The probe scout was denied. And it's all or nothing. Again, these hatcheries, they're just for larva. They're just for larva. He's sending it back. He's going to send it. Now, what's scary here is that Shameless has no idea. Shameless, he saw the hatcheries, but he did not see the... I don't think he quite saw the gas income. Stargate opener back at home. It's all a part of the wall. Shameless is vulnerable. And he still is unaware. Now, once he sees what's going on, he can fully wall off and... Ideally, chrono outs oracles. Oracles, they have a high amount of DPS, and they can focus on these the links and the main links so quickly. They'll also have the overcharge available to them, the energy overcharge. For now, here comes the bust, and again, Shameless sees nothing. He sees nothing, you know. Oh! He's still, no, okay, you got a glimpse of that. Now he knows, but it's such a late scout, such a late response. Ooh, does try to fully wall off, but the wall off gets denied. Yeah, that was a kill, and with that, Wayne, he has done it. He busts on in. We have the Oracle doing what he can. Depowers the wall, denies warp gates, Lings, they flood in. And this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. Again, just a late realization, a late scout here from Shameless. Just a late scout. Meanwhile, Wayne, he's still not joining, by the way. He's still all in. Like, he's still very much so all in. He's just rallying everything across the map. Going for the Cyber Core. Shameless did fully wall off, and Shameless didn't actually lose a lot of probes. Wait, how many probes did he lose? 2? 4? Only 4 probe kills? The Oracle wreaking havoc here on these things, but the Cyber Core is still going to go down. Ooh, and that will deny warp gates. Oh, no, that's not a full wall. It's not a full wall. Not like this. Oh no, bit of a misclick as well, wasting some precious DPS. There's the NG overcharge. Oracle does get into the main. Meanwhile, we do see an attempted re-wall. Oh, but that cybercore is vulnerable. Yeah, it's very vulnerable. We're taking out. And Shameless is kind of holding. Wayne, he's droning. The all-in has ended. The all-in has ended. The all-in has failed. Wayne is now droning. We just see more links starting across the map. This will keep Shameless busy back at home. But remember, Shameless is on 36 probes. He barely lost any workers. Like, we needed more economic damage. That was not good enough. Yeah, not good enough for Wayne. Oof. And Shameless, he's holding. He takes a lead, taking gases. Now he can work towards the Twilight Council. He can work towards not a third base yet, but we can work towards at least Warp Gate. Warp Gate was denied. Oracles move out, so Lings are moving back in. We have another Oracle back at home though to defend. But there are spores. Spores are in position. I can't say the same here about the third. No! Goes in. Yeah, no spores. Gets one drone, gets two. That goes to the queen. We'll quite get the snipe. Gets three queens. Sorry, three drones. Three drones go down. Oh, and this is a little bit unnecessary. We can just go into a we can just go into a Twilight Council and get into Blink and then take a base and get a third and macro up. But no, we're intentionally staying on two bases. We're staying on a hindered and I guess a secure setup, but a hindered economy, and rushing into Sky Toss. Okay. Este Shameless. He is shameless. He's very shameless. SMH my head. There's no need for this, but okay. I mean, he's safe, and there's nothing that can threaten him. I believe Wayne is on hashtag. Yeah, he's on hashtag, so... And that's going to be the case for a little bit longer as well. There's no rush. No rush for Wayne. Sorry, no rush for Shameless, I meant to say. There is a rush for Wayne. Based off the openers, like, he has to do some critical damage soon. Macroing out of this and macroing against Shameless, who already has a lead, it's not as viable of an option. He's racing back. Oracle does zone. We're going into a third Stargate, by the way. No, is that... Yeah, it's only got two. Getting up to triple Stargate production. We didn't even have Warp Gate, right? He just skipped Warp Gate. I mean, it was denied earlier, but... And here we go. The carriers are moving out. What is the anti-air looking like? What do we have? We have 4 queens. Against 2 carriers, 4 queens. Oh, that's not going to be enough to bring them down. To bring down the carriers, I mean. Should we go up to 5? Yeah, 5 queens. 5 queens. They can hold their own with the spore. They can help. They can defend. They can make a stand. Here we go. The carriers are revealed. Layer's not even done. GG gets called, and yeah, there's no surviving this. Shameless. He will take the 2-0 lead in style, and now is 1 game away from claiming the series. GG. GG. Well played. One more game is all he needs. Wayne going for the attempted Bane bust. And again, it was unscouted. That's the scary thing about what just happened, is that it was an unscouted Bane bust. Shameless, his wall was brought down. It was open, but he only lost 4 probes. That's what's important. He only lost 4 workers. That was barely any damage. That's why Shameless, from that defense, could do whatever he wanted. Didn't have to be fancy like that and rush into Sky Toss in such a way. But he wanted to go for not just the victory, he wanted to go for the mental victory as well. He wanted to try to break the mental of Wayne, because dying to carriers like that, I mean, it takes its toll, Pappy. It takes its toll. Shameless with the mental attack. And now I worry for Wayne. Now, what do we go for? We've gone for an attempted Bane bust. We went for attempted... I mean, in the previous series, we did see a German taxi. We saw a Ling Ravager or Ling Roach Ravager all in game 1 of this series on Ultra Love. What do we get this time? Here we go. Yes, do we get into the Wayne late game? Maybe. Does he change his approach? I feel like all of this will come down to the map. All of this will come down to the map of choice. Do we load into a larger map or a smaller map? Bearing in mind that we just wrapped up with Tokamak. Tokamak was a longer map, larger map, I should say. Longer resistance by ground. Did off the main bus there. This didn't quite work out. Oh, we have our lobby. We have our lobby. And we are loading into Maganatha. Ooh, speaking of large maps, the largest map of the map pool. Maganatha. Now, the last time we loaded into this map between these two players was the previous series, and we saw that in the end, Wayne was able to all in. He was able to go for an all in. He was able to break Shameless before he got into his setup, and we'll see if Wayne can be as successful this time. Let's go. Shameless, meanwhile, momentum is on his side. He's already got 2 wins under his belt. Feeling good, feeling powerful. Let's go. Let's jump into our next game. Jump into game number 3. Now, I'm hoping for a back and forth. I mean, I personally am torn, right? Like, my inner fan wants to see more games between Wayne and Shameless. Give me some more all-ins, Pappy. Give me some more games. But at the same time, you know, the other more sane, less animalistic part of me wants to go to sleep at some point. So, so shorter games and shorter series, they're going to be welcome. So, something for everyone. We'll find a nice middle ground. Game 4. Give us at least a game 4. Let's go. Meanwhile, Wayne is asking for a break. Understandable, right? He's down 2-0. Things are not working well for Wayne at the moment. Needs a moment to take a breath. To take a breather. That's what I meant to say. Breather. Take a breath. But looks like we're good to go. Okay, looks like we're good to go. We are ready. We are jumping back in. Jumping into Maganatha. Fading away. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Maganatha, we have the blue Protoss player leading the series 2-0, by the way. 1 game away from claiming the series here and advancing on to the grand finals. It is Shameless for Team Little Fairy. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the yellow Zerg player. The yellow Zerg down in the series, down heavily here. He had already beaten his opponent once in this tournament. Can he do it again? He needs to here and now. He needs to try to fight back to extend the series, make a series out of this, and try to force the ace match to have a chance at the finals. We'll see if he can bring it back. It is Wayne. Let's go. Let us go. As so far this time, no hatch block. No hatchery block here. A more straight up hatch gas pool, standard opener. Again, welcome one to Maganatha. Maganatha is the largest map in the map pool. A lot of bases, a lot of expansions, long rush distance by ground. Likewise, relatively defendable as well on your 4 base setup. Your 5th base is more exposed and more out in the open. But in general, we do see longer games on this map. We have seen some players be successful with all-ins, like Wayne. Wayne, he did all-in the last time they were on this map. It is possible. The map is just working against you. First things first, we'll keep an eye on our initial openers, on our gases. Hatch gas. Sorry. It was gate expanded to cyber core here out of Shameless. You know, our hatch gas pool out of Wayne. Now, last game, if you remember, the big tell was that Wayne stayed in gas. He got link speed, then he stayed in, which led into the Bane bust. So once again, we're keeping an eye on these gases to see if he does stay in or if he does pull out. Likewise, we are expecting to see a Stargate opener out of Shameless. And we're expecting just standard play. Probe is zoned away. And he pulls out completely. So link speed, then bam, pulls out of gas. So we are not going for a Bane Bust this time. We're not rushing into an early lair. No early tech out of Wayne. Standard play. Third base as well. Let's go. Going into his third. We have a tech of choice against Stargate open out of Shameless, most likely into Oracle. Now we have seen Shameless mix up the follow-up. He has gone for either Blink or he has mixed in charge timings as well. Has done so. Just some safety links on the way for Wayne. Just safety. Still droning in between. Building up those lings. That upside do threaten the shade. And they will deny mining here at the natural. That's a little lost mine time already. He shades in. Does shade in, gets one drone. But just the one. Shouldn't get another. Ooh, he does though. Trades 2 for 2. I'll still say that is a better defense for Wayne. As that could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. Wayne now moving out. Shane's back at home. Claiming his third. Oracle's on the way to defend. Actually, the first Oracle gets across the map, gets 3 drones. 3 workers go down, pulls back. Lings, they hit the expansion, but I believe the second Oracle comes out just in time to defend. Not the pylon, though. Pylon does fall, Adept's out of position. So Shameless does slip up his defense here, losing a pylon and a probe. Again, these Adepts, they should have been here to defend. They were not. And Wayne, double lever chamber? Wait, what? That's not normal. Single lever chamber would make sense to go into plus on melee. I'll be honest, part of me wants to say that this is not intentional. Yeah, there we go. I was about to say that there's no, like, we can't afford double lever chamber. So, looks like it was unintentional, does cancel. It's going to be into roaches instead. Interesting. And now going for the lair. So Wayne is playing safe. Getting around a 5-minute roach warren. Getting into his lair timing. Now just droning, just saturating. I believe the roach warren just might be for safety. Let's see if he commits. That's the FC Drew thread in the shade. 2 of us to the natural, the other 3 into the main. At the same time, Oracles towards the third. We have a tri-pronged attack. So far, drones are going down. Ooh, and the Oracles, they pull away. They escape the Queens. Lings, they defend the main, and Wayne holds. Wayne does hold. That was a better defense for Wayne. That was, what, 5 Adepts for 5 drones. That was not worth it for Shameless. Lair is done. Once again, Shameless rushing into Sky Toss. Ay, ay, ay. It's just so risky doing this. It's so risky. You could argue that this map is going to be helping him, but after losing all those depths, that means that he has no pressure. He has nothing to keep Wayne contained. This is a rough setup here from Shameless. As Wayne has gained map control. From here, he's getting a 4th base. The question becomes, does he saturate? Does he drone? So far, a couple of safety roaches. Roaches are building up. Mothership's on the way. Ooh, single Stargate. Okay. So Mothership, single Stargate into Blossom Link Stalker. He's not going into Mass Carrier. Oracles, they get a couple of drones. They pull away. Nicely done. These Oracles have been the saving grace here for Shameless. After losing all those Adepts. But yeah, Shameless. So my apologies. I assumed it was going to be rushing into Tempest production or into carriers, but no, it's just the one Mothership. And the Mothership will be there to support. As we are fixated on a ground army. Now going into charge. Small components in. There's nothing to see. Like right now, there's no Hydrogen. Right now, Wayne is droning. He's getting another expansion. For the first time, he's droning up to almost 80 already, and now taking up. This would be great and all, but I believe Shameless plans on attacking soon. I feel like typically when you rush into a mothership like this, you want to be moving out to make use of that, take advantage of that. Shameless is getting a fourth. Same time, Wayne, he's still building up his own forces. Lings a force to cancel, nicely done. Mothership is revealed. Ooh, premature cloak. Wayne he was already pulling away. Wayne going into Swarm Host, that I was not expecting. Okay, Swarm Host play can do quite well against charge-based openers and more immobile compositions, but against Masswing Stalker, I'm less confident in this. Let's see. Swarm Hosts are building up. Now we get the Hydrogen on the way. And we'll see how much damage the first Locust Wave can achieve. As things are moving in for the run by. The wall is open. Yeah, the wall is open. Lings they flood in. This does force a big reaction. They bust into the main. At the same time, Locust Wave does hit the center base. The cloak will not save it. Yeah, it does not save. Was that a kill? Oh, that was a kill, not a cancel. Lings they come in from behind. They don't quite collapse on the army. Meanwhile, Lings in the main base is still just now being cleaned up. Carrier production has begun. Shameless, he needs to be active. Basically, after every Locust Wave, he has to push out, but it's taken too long. Locust Wave is here. Has to respect that, has to pull away. Storms, they pop up. Meanwhile, 1, 2, 3 High Templar go down. Nice punish. Very nice. And again, Shameless, he has to punish like this. Just chase the roaches. Doesn't need to chase them down. Blackblad's going for the third. Going for the tech. Couple of zealot, we did have a zealot run by. Did distract the reinforcements of Wayne. Locust Wave is coming in. Shameless, he's trapped. Yeah, he's trapped against the Locust Wave. The cloak does not matter. High Templar go down. And Wayne is holding. And he does hold on. Did bleed out a couple of drones. At the same time, Wayne overextends. We saw this before. Leading out a lot of roaches. But still trading well enough. And Shameless, he just cannot build up his army. He just keeps bleeding out High Templar. High Templar, Archons. Keeps bleeding out high-tech units. First mothership has arrived. More Stalkers going down. Oh god. More Stalker kills. With that, Wayne is trying to break through. Gets under 11 probes, and Wayne is still maxed. Wayne is still maxed out. You just keep going. Right now, the win condition for Shameless is just defend. Like, it's gonna be. It's not ideal. It doesn't feel good, but he just has to turtle. Just has to turtle up and defend on 4 bases, and eventually catch up in supply. Eventually, it's gonna be difficult just because he's gonna have to trade against these locusts, which is less than ideal. Lucas, they get spotted. Shameless otherwise distracted. He responds with most of the army. He does have a storm. It's a good connection, but he needs more. Does need more. So far, cleans up the links. Okay. Shameless holding on, building on more carriers. At the same time, here comes the spy for the corruptor switch. That's gotta be a lot of corruptors when he has that bank. But we are now getting into late game. Let's go. I would say this is more of a late game than the ultra game, just because again, Wayne Hill's throwing away so many ultras. So far, Shameless holding on. Deals with the Locust Wave, zones away the Hydras. Do we have a Lurker Den? Ooh, no Lurker Den, suspiciously. Now, of course, the Spire can always turn into a Greater Spire, but without a Lurker Den, this Ground Army is still going to be quite threatening. Here we go. Locust moving in once again. Here come the storms. One Archon goes down. Likewise, collapsing on the Hydras. Nice trade here for Shameless. Very nice trade catching. Oh my god, all the Hydras! And we spoke about this. There's no lurkers. Lurkers, they don't help against Skytools, but they help against everything else. They would delay the High Templar. They zone them back. They make it more difficult to storm. Like lurkers, they have their place here. And it's just pure Hydra. 22 Hydras on the way. Now, to be fair, with enough Hydras, we could still surround this army. And you can still make that work, but it's going to be so difficult. Recalls into the main. Yeah, it does recall over. It does bypass the main army. And he has control of the ramp. Hydras, they cannot push up this ramp. Not like this. Ooh, does snipe one High Templar. And he snipes another. Ooh, two High Templar go down. Yeah, Shameless does overextend. A very nice snipes here from Wayne. At the same time, the base falls. Shameless who will lose the expansion. There's Cloak. There's a Cloak. There's a slow zone. One carrier goes down. And you can see here, without any storm, I mean, only like one storm would have been beautiful here. But there was no storm. Snipes the Spire. Uh-oh. Spire goes down. Carrier still not done. As Locust is going for another expansion. Meanwhile, there's that recall. But he does miss part of his army. Oh, that's dangerous. Yeah, the base still goes down, so the recall was for nothing. And now you can see here that some of the units are trapped. Otherwise, he could have sniped the Hydrogen, to be honest. This Hydrogen could have been sniped. Another carriers! Yeah, miscontrol by Shameless. Throws away two carriers. A massive misstep. And back at home, he has nothing. Back at home, he has no economy. And the recall was like almost a panic move. And Wayne has done it. At this point, Wayne, he has done it. Shameless, he achieved a lot with his push, but no, not like this. As another base goes down. And we have a series. We have a series. We soon have a series if there's a dive. Oh god, he stands in every single storm. Wayne, you're not making it easy on yourself. Not easy. Okay, is there a world? Is there a world where Shameless can still win this? Technically yes, just because of the poor army composition. So Wayne still has a lead, but it's still pure Hydra, so a handful of storms can go a long way. Can go a long way here. Good does lunge forward. There's the first storm. We have at least one more. Nice storm in the mineral line. That was the final storm. Yeah, that was the final storm. And not enough. Not enough storms. With that, Wayne, he has done it. GG gets called, and Wayne will take the game and put a point on the board, making a series out of this. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Wayne, he will take the game. We saw Shameless, he had a really hard time defending his bases, and he was forced all in. Again, the recall was an odd one. It was an odd choice. He lost so much because of the recall. He lost carriers. He lost immortals as well. Lost High Templar. So Shameless looking a little bit rough around the edges there, and in the end, Wayne did punish that. GG. GG, well played. Here we go, as we do have... As we are getting into our next game, our next game is going to be on Torches. Let's go. Torches is going to be one of the smaller maps in the map pool. Smaller map. Shorter rush distance by ground. Hey, this is the map where Wayne 12 pulled. True. So Wayne 12 pulled previously. But a much smaller map, and I do favor aggression on this map. I do favor aggression. I don't want to see Shameless rush into Sky Toss here. Like, I feel like that would be a mistake. But here we go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Torches, we have the yellow Zerg player. We have the yellow Zerg player himself. Does fight back, does put a point on the board. Can he force the ace match? Can he go all the way to game 5? Pressure is on. It is Wayne. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player. Their Protoss himself representing Team Little Fairy. Still leading the series 2-1, still one game away from claiming it and advancing on to the grand finals. One more is all he needs. It is Shameless. Here we go. So we are getting into our next game. As we're calming down and getting into Torches here. Again, this time Wayne, he does not go for the hatch block. He does not go for the wall. Oh. So we're calming down. And we'll see what the plan is going to be. So hatch gas pool, standard opener. The crazy 12 pool or 13-12 or anything like that. So we'll keep an eye on the gases. Again, aggression is favored here, so I'm leaning towards an all-in from the side of Wayne. Hoping that Shameless doesn't attempt to cut corners. Hoping. Cold. I'm putting my road back on. It's okay. ZVP of the game. The probe is going to be turned away. We pull out, I believe. Yes, we pull out of gas. So link speed, no excess gas. So standard setup here out of Wayne. Likewise, Shameless back at home going for a Stargate opener. Everything looking normal. And also welcome on to Torches. Torches is a very, very small map, and I'm curious to see how our players do expand. There is a very exposed triangular third base here in the center of the map. You can take the linear third, but again, this area between the bases can be abused. Likewise, you can try to open up the minerals and try to expand towards your opponent instead. There are different ways to expand, different ways to approach this, but again, in general, aggression is favored here. Let's see if either one does try to be aggressive. There's also a healing pad on the left-hand side, which is a little bit applicable. It does mean that oracles can be a little bit more cavalier, and then after they get their damage done, they can just back off and heal up. Ooh, hello. That is not a Twilight Council. That is a Robo into a third. Okay, you have my attention. Now, with the Robo follow-up here, this could be a couple different things from the side of Shameless. When I see this, it screams Archon drop. And the reason why is we go Robo into a Warp Prism, into a Twilight Council, into, not upgrades, but into the Temple Archives. Into an Archon drop. This is quite popular amongst the Polish Protoss players, amongst players like Vistianer, Amana, and Geralt. Geralt's a little bit less so, but still does whip it out. Robo is done. Show us the Prism. There's our Twilight Council. Yep, Prism's on the way. Into Temple Archives, into Archon drop. Now, when it comes to this opener here, it does give you a lot of map control. The purpose of the Archon drop is to catch out these overlords, to hunt down overlords, to deny vision, to zone back the queen, to maybe get some drone kills. Like, the Archons are very robust units here, and they can give you quite a bit of map control. The downside is that it does delay your Twilight Council upgrade, so it means that your Gateway army is going to be weaker for longer. And that can of course be punished. Likewise, with that early game Blink Stalker, it does mean that some harassment options, like Oracles for example, can be even more difficult to deal with. There we go, Archons are morphing in. Here comes that Archon drop on the right hand side. Blink Zen poking towards the left. They're going to be shut down. Late forge here from Shameless, just because of the commitment to Archons. Drops into the main. Attempts to get a queen, clutch issues. There we go, does pop off. Takes down 10 lings, takes down 4 drones in total. Doesn't get a queen, not quite. But nice damage nonetheless. As Shameless doesn't lose any units. That's what's important, just all about efficiency. And all about just keeping Wayne busy. Takes out an active tumor. I believe the observer should be on the way. Not quite. Yeah, so far Shameless, he hasn't lost a single unit. He's been trading well for now. Now, the follow-up, second Robo into double Immortal production, into Storm as well, a very beefy army. 2 Immortals in Storm. Oh, and once again, sorry, I did miss it. Infestation Pit. Once again, Infestation Pit here at Wayne, once again going into Swarm Host. Now, this makes more sense given this kind of game state. Swarm Hosts are very common as a response to Archon drop. The reason for this is because Blink Stalkers are a good way to punish this, but there are no Blink Stalkers from the side of Shameless, and Wayne knows that. Without Blink Stalkers, I mean, he does get a full scout though. Wayne is now aware of the Swarm Host. Quite able to hunt one down. As they are rallied across the map, getting ready for that Locust Wave. I believe 10 soon to be 12. Yeah, 12 Swarm Host. And again, at least Shameless is aware. Typically with a Blink-based opener, you can be active with your Blink Stalkers and you can chase this down, but that is not the case with Charge. Does take a stasis to the face. Does take a stasis. Locust Wave moving in. At least that'll force them to be staggered. Oh. Ooh, does get an Archon. Lay pickup. From Shameless. Almost at Shelby. At the same time, Zelrome gets 8 drones, not bad. 8 drones do go down. Locust Wave coming in. Seeing 1 High Templar. Storm so far decent. And we actually break through the, oh my god, we break through the Lings. And you can see here how vulnerable the army is when there is no Locust Wave. So Wayne has to be careful. Locust Wave is coming. With that, Wayne pushing through. Shane, he has to back up. We're now reinforcing with Zealots. Does with the army. Biles, ooh, they crazy immortal. Locust Wave is almost ready. Queen's getting caught out. And Wayne just keeping the pressure up, just keeping Shameless contained. And so far it's working. Shameless, he does have a third, but again, just not much saturation. Also, they catch out the roaches, they catch out the hydras. Sorry, ravagers I meant to say. Not bad. All the ravagers go down to 1. Okay. Forces spent storms here on the Locust Wave. Then Red Ravager towards the 3rd. Shameless, he has to respond. At the same time, warps in across the map. Let's go. Does warp in. Drones are going down. Some production on the way. Yeah, Storm say once again just rain down on the Ravager. And can he break in? Zealots, I mean, they're catching a lot of reinforcements. They're doing well for themselves. Do we go for another warp in? I'm hoping he does. Hoping we see another. We're gonna see if we can sell with. Show us that warp in. Again, the Zealots are still doing well for themselves. 18 drones go down. That is a lot of damage. 18 workers. No warp in though. Yeah, warp in back at home. With that Shameless, he's weathered the storm. He's looking good, looking solid. He survived. I'm impressed. He survived the aggression. He's not out of the woods yet. Maybe he has to respect that Locust Wave. He wants that Archon. He wants it. Save the Archon. So he gets him back. Wayne trying to step by. Does get the run by Elf. As the game goes on, like, this is looking better and better here for Shameless. Actually, I'm afraid to look how many. 10 immortals, 5 Archons. He breaks out. He breaks free. Oh god, that's a lot of Stormers going down. Again, Wayne, he's in trouble. The MVP Zealots from earlier, likewise the Prism, now moving out, joining the main army. That's all I was waiting for. Prism has arrived. The Prism comes out warping. Just warping more Zealots. There's just no amazing answer against them. Getting to the roaches. Again, the Locust Wave, it's barely standing. It's barely there. Oh no, Head Templar! Oh my god, catching into our Templar. Shameless does miscontrol. Okay. Miscontrol piles, they raise the army. Mortal goes down, but the Immortals, they still go hard. Yeah, they still go ham. GG gets called, still overwhelmed, still overruns, and Shameless, he will take the series at 3-1, causing an upset, I would say, and advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played, congratulations. Shameless, who will claim the series. Again, I was concerned just because of the lack of scouting of the Swarm host and the first local save popping off, but he was able to hold on, able to hold his own, able to counterattack as well. The Ling run-bys were, the Zealot warping into the main base was brutal, as he was really panicking to deal with those Zealots. And with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. With that, Shameless will claim it. Which means we are down to one series. One series left. Let's go. I do apologize for zoning out a little bit. I'll be honest, I was doing these ones. I was like... oh, God. I was struggling a little bit towards the end of that game. We made it. We made it. Let's go. Best of 7. Best of 7 grand finals. The final series of the broadcast. Whew. But GG will play it. Shout out to Wayne. Shout out to Wayne. He was able to hold his own. Sorry, I didn't even get to talk about it at the time, but it's a common response. I mean, we kind of touched on it, to go for Swarm Host as a response to Archon drops, just because your mobility is limited. If you have Blink Stalkers, you can just like blink over it. You can keep up with the Locust Waves. You can punish. You can dive on the ideally Nidus play that's also taking part at the same time. So I was a little bit concerned there for Shameless, but in the end, Shameless was able to keep up. He was able, for the most part, shut down the attempted value out of that. GG.